See, suppose your teacher told you something which you did not like, or your friend told you something which you did not like. If you spend 50% of your day worrying about that, or thinking harshly about that, you know how much of energy you waste? And this is happening. That is why all these over anxious, depressive phases of your life. You have given things the importance they don't deserve. Whatever the rebuke or whatever, it was for a particular purpose. You must solve that and go ahead. You must drop the matter there. But no, the worry continues. So, unnecessarily investing energy in what is not required is one of the causes for your negativity. Another thing is allowing only negativity to enter into you through different external influences, which means if you see today's youngsters, they do a half an hour of study or 1 hour of study, then they need 15 minutes of entertainment. After that, somehow with great effort, again bring your mind back to study, again after some time half an hour of entertainment. ऐसा क्यों होना चाहिए? If this is your normal default state, then you better change it. Because if you are allowing all sorts of things to come into your study period, you are not applying your whole mind at all. That's the meaning. So sustained attention and focus you can only maintain if your thoughts are aligned, if your thought world is ordered. इसीलिए the importance of taking conscious care of your thought mechanism. That is why limit your exposures when you are, if you want to be in a concentrated state of mind. My exposures will be only positive and limited to specific hours maybe, but not all the time, not like this, anytime. Anytime is entertainment time, no such thing. Consciously if you follow these few things, when I say limiting your exposures, please understand this, what you take in through the senses becomes the content of your mind. If constantly violent things you are taking in, harsh things, gross things, your mind will start functioning like that. Unawares, you don't want it to happen, but it's happening. This is what is called compulsive thinking. You are compelled to think in a particular way. Tomorrow it will become action. What you think today will become action tomorrow. Many people, you know, who become very negative, they don't want to be like that, but they have entered, that compulsive habit has entered. So they are like that. It's not a question of knowledge, I don't know. Everyone knows what is the right thing, what's the good thing to do, but we are not able to do it. That is our problem. You know, in Mahabharata, there is this very beautiful incident which concerns Duryodhan. When he is standing in just before the war started, Bhishma Pitama is telling Duryodhan, you don't know basic dharma. That is why due to you this war is taking place. You don't have the basic knowledge of dharma. You don't know how to behave with elders. You don't know how to behave with anybody. That is why today all this crisis. And you know what Duryodhan's reply was? Don't tell me I don't know. I know everything. I can't do it. Janami dharmam nacha me pravrittim. Janami adharmam nacha me nivrittim. This is my problem. I know what is dharma. I can't do it. I am compelled to do the wrong thing. I have entered these compulsive modes of mind, compulsive habits. And janami adharmam nacha me nivrittim. I know what is adharma, but I can't desist from it because my habits have become like that. Once we will discuss habits, how to change habits. It's very important. Habits of mind, habits of emotion, thought and emotion, and habits of willing. These three. Habitual patterns should be very correct and strongly positively aligned. Otherwise, constant negativity and struggling with unnecessary things. Your energies will go in that. So this is regarding the thought mechanism. If you forcefully bring only compulsive habits into your life by careless ways of living, heedless ways of living. Today, after getting this knowledge at this level, at least this group should not be like that. You know, the nature of leaders is they are independent. They are not compulsive by habit. They are conscious decision makers. They take conscious charge over their life. So they become leaders. So this capacity should naturally develop with this knowledge, isn't it? This is the expectation from this course, that you become really mature adults. Handling your thought, first thing. Second thing is most important, handling your emotion. Because emotion is such a huge part of your personality. You do not know, but emotion, for most people, emotion dominates the thought process. Most of your thinking is emotional. So if you have no charge over it, it will carry you away, blow you away somewhere. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कैसे वापस आना है. Unless you take a little charge over your system. What is emotion basically? See, today, no, they have studied emotion in a huge way. You have certain elementary knowledge in Patanjali Yoga Sutras also, in our scriptures, like they talk of kleshas, klishtavritti, aklishtavritti, all this, how it leads to viparyai, wrong knowledge. Wrong emotions will lead to wrong knowledge. All this they talk about, but today we have substantial amount of knowledge on emotions and emotional intelligence. We should be able to utilize that. See, what is emotional intelligence basically? Look at that diagram there. It includes all of this: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy and social skills. This together we are calling emotional intelligence. If all of this is there, you know, the level of EQ will be very high. Emotional intelligence. Basically, emotional intelligence deals with how to make your emotions positive, which means through self-awareness, through self-regulation, you develop high-level motivation, empathy and social skills. All together, they have put it under emotional intelligence. Right? Now, we will go deeper into this. In order to develop this, you must understand first of all what is an emotion. Emotion is a high energy thought with feeling. Emotions are thoughts charged with feelings, so they are high energy thoughts. Isn't this true? Anything which has emotion in it becomes etched in your memory. Please see this. So they are such powerful thoughts. So you must know all the more how to handle them. Because they are charged, they create waves of vrittis. One single emotion in your mind will create, it's not just one vritti, it will create a wave of commotion in your mind. Positive, or it can even be positive, I should not call it commotion, that's why. It can create waves of vrittis in your mind. So they are a formidable force, actually, emotions. If they are positive, they will produce quality vrittis, isn't it? हम जो सद्भाव कहते हैं. If you are used to only positive emotions, आपका जो भाव होता है वो सद्भाव होगा. If they are negative, then they produce not just wrong knowledge, they will produce a wrong kind of भाव in you. जिसको कुभाव कहते हैं. अच्छा भाव नहीं, खुद ही अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. If they are of the negative nature and they deflect knowledge. See, suppose there is anger in your mind, even what the other person is saying in front of you, you will not hear it. You will have a biased view, a prejudice will rule your mind. If your mind is tinged with the emotion of anger or hatred or jealousy, isn't it? You miss out the real knowledge about the thing. It's contextual, but whatever it is. So please understand this, that your emotion to a certain extent generates your knowledge. So take charge of your emotion. That is why in today's context, they say emotional intelligence is far more than IQ, what your IQ will give you. If there is EQ, higher level of EQ, you will be successful anywhere, not necessarily just with IQ. So this is an essential part of your education. How do I make my emotions positive and elevate them? Like for example, you see here I have given the example of road rage. Suppose you are driving and somebody overtakes you on the wrong side, or maybe traffic signal has come and too long you have had to wait, and somebody goes through that traffic signal and you can't bear it because you are waiting. So all this leads to what is called road rage. This is a common thing for youngsters because you are, speed is life for you. You want to go fast, but there's an impediment now. So what will you add to this? This is the situation, but you will add your anger, your ego, your pride, loath maybe for the person who sped away, and the negative emotion in your mind becomes huge. It overtakes your mental thought process, and maybe you curse that person or say bad things about him. all this happens, you spoil your mood and the mood of people around you also. So contribution came from where? Your emotion, right? Whatever the external circumstances, the emotion your mind generates is going to rule over you. And if you do not have these negative emotions, a habitually calm state of mind which has positivity, you will let go of the incident. Because after all, you can't do anything about it, you can't change it just now, and you won't allow it to affect you. So this way you can work more positively, productively. Maybe tomorrow when you meet your friend, you can tell him in a very balanced state of mind that that was not the right thing to do, and he will listen to you. But if you have anger and loath in your speech, do you think he will listen to you? तो यही बात है, if I cannot, my responsibility is my responsibility. If I cannot take responsibility of my emotions, you cannot make any change in this world. You won't know how to deliver the thing even, the right thing.